So what does free will, or the lack thereof, have to do with business growth? Hi, I'm Brian Pombo with brianjpombo.com. Welcome back to the Orange Office on this Saturday evening. And today we're going to be talking about the deep topic of free will, the philosophy of it and how it affects you and your business. I think a lot of people get into the dark doldrums when it comes to their business because they get confused about this topic. Yesterday we talked about destiny and how destiny affects your view of your business and your business growth. Today, something that goes along the same lines is free will. And there's an even deeper topic to it that we're going to hit on tomorrow. And I'll clue you in as to what that has to do with. But what is free will? Free will is the idea that you're in control, that you're in charge, that you have the ability to be able to choose when and where you go and how you do it, and your life is your own. Now, while I would never take away the idea that you're in charge of yourself, in a sense, I really find it hard to believe that most of the things that happen to us is of our own choosing or of our own making. Think about it. Just take it back a little bit. Okay, did you get to choose your parents or lack thereof? Did you get to choose where you grew up? What country you grew up in? What city you grew up in? What class you grew up in terms of how much money you made? Did you get to choose any of that? Did you get to choose your gender? Did you get to choose your race? Did you get to choose anything that happened to you as a child, the time period you grew up in? Was any of this a choice? No, but how does that affect your life? It affects it on all levels. It affects your experiences. It affects what you're used to, what you're not used to. None of that is really your fault. So there's really 99%, if not more, of everything that happens to us isn't our fault. And I was going to save this for tomorrow, but it really is our responsibility, isn't it? We'll go more into that later. It's your responsibility, but it's not your fault. And so free will, I think the way we talk about it is deceiving. And it gets us into the point to where, especially if you are a business owner, if you're an executive, if you're one of the people in charge of your business, then the feeling is that everything that happens to that business has a whole lot to do with you. And it does. A whole lot of it has to do with you. But you can't control what's happening to you in your business. You can't control market conditions. You can't control any of that stuff. What you can control is all the things that you're doing wrong that is taking you in the wrong direction. You may have some control over that. But the concept of free will is that you're in charge, is that you really have control over this stuff. And the plain fact of the matter is most of us don't even have real charge over ourselves. You look at the addictions that everybody has. You look at even when you talk about workaholics and people that get addicted to their work, addicted to their business work. You talk about all the things that are completely out of your control, in a sense. Is it your responsibility to take care of them? Well, we'll talk about that later. But when it comes to what happens to us, most of the things throughout our entire life is constantly happening to us. So our idea of free will, I think, is mixed. I think it's really messed up, and it puts us in a guilt position when things don't turn out the way we want them to. And they never turn out the way we want them to. Like we were talking about destiny yesterday. It never goes the way you think it's going to go, ever. You'll never find anybody who says, even people that have achieved great success, none of them are going to tell you that they designed the whole thing, unless they're completely lying to themselves. It's just not there. There's something pushing us forward. Yeah, there's things we can't see that are pushing us, that are taking us in a certain direction. I believe that. But are we fully in control? I don't believe it 1 second. Tomorrow, we're going to go over fault versus responsibility. What's the difference between those two, and how that difference can completely change how you view your business and how you view your role in your business. If you like some of these talks, I'm going a little bit deeper now. We're not going to go too deep, but we're hitting on some of these goofy subjects that people don't usually talk about when it comes to business. If you like this, if you relate with some of this, you don't have to agree with me, but I'd love to hear your take on it. Leave a comment down below or send me a message and tell me some of your thoughts on it. And if you're an executive or a business owner that's in the self-reliance field, it's a certain area that I'm studying right now, and I'd love to get to talk with you a little more, go to dreambizchat.com. At dreambizchat.com, there's a little section there that has to do with the dream business transformation. It's a phone call that I have with people where we just get on the phone for 30 to 60 minutes and we talk about your dream business. What would you actually like to have in the most ideal scenario? Obviously, you've got a great business. I'm sure you've been successful, but how would it be just perfect for you personally? Go to dreambizchat.com. There's a 8.5 minute video that you can watch, and love to hear your take on that. You're welcome to fill out the application if you think that it fits you. So tomorrow, we're going to talk about fault versus responsibility. You have a great night.